Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and I want to talk about Disney Lorcana, and this is a field report for dungeon masters like myself who are running Disney Lorcana as a Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Alright, so first of all, why would you run Disney Lorcana as a Dungeons & Dragons campaign? Because Dungeons & Dragons is designed for it, and has been designed for easily 10 years. So James Wyatt had the brilliant earth-shattering idea, and it really changed all of tabletop role-playing games forever and all of collectible card games forever, when he said, hey, Dungeons & Dragons, Magic the Gathering, the canon is shared across both, right? It's powerful, and it really changed everything, and ever since that day, Dungeons & Dragons has been built from the ground, and actually I think it extends even beyond that, but it's a larger conversation. Let's keep it focused. Dungeons & Dragons has been built from the ground up to take a character from a collectible card game, an item from a collectible card game, an event from a collectible card game, and bring it directly into play and allow robust campaigns to be run in any collectible card game that you could think of, right? James Wyatt made it official with Magic the Gathering and structured Dungeons & Dragons to accept unbound pages of canon, really. That's the best way to think of the Magic the Gathering cards that are canon to Dungeons & Dragons, and the Dungeons & Dragons canon hardbacks that are canon to Magic the Gathering. And it does, people who play Magic the Gathering they're not as smart as people who play Dungeons & Dragons. And the reason why is it's a win-lose, right? And so basically, everybody understands a win-lose situation. People are attracted to it, right? But you have to be very intelligent, and you have to think non-intuitively to really understand Dungeons & Dragons, because it's not a win-lose situation. And Dungeons & Dragons is an identity vessel, right? So it attracts people who are more toward the philosopher king rather than Ferrari guy type, right? You get a lot of Ferrari bros playing Magic the Gathering because they can understand it. It's win-lose. It's pretty straightforward, right? But Dungeons & Dragons is not like that. Dungeons & Dragons is a transformative experience, and it takes somebody with mind, body, and soul aligned to really understand what's happening on Dungeons & Dragons, right? So, but get this. All right, so I am running my Dungeons & Dragons campaign with Disney Lorcana, and I was truly inspired when I read Disney Lorcana, and the player characters play Illumineers, right? And so the Illumineers, I give them the Disney Lorcana cards, and then they send them out on quests to get items or to achieve specific tasks within Lorcana itself, the realm of Lorcana, right? And it's exciting because all of these Disney characters are being put forward by specific Illumineers around the table. And it is very meta because I'm the dungeon master, but the Illumineers are controlling multiple characters in the Dungeons & Dragons game, each represented by a different Disney Lorcana glimmer, right? So it's very exciting, and I'm extremely excited about it. And what I'm using to run that is simply all three of the starter sets and one random pack that came in each starter set. So that means that I have a little over 200 cards to run my game with, right? And we've been having a blast with it, and it's really fun, and I want to run more, right? So I immediately went out to my Target, because everybody said, hey, there's going to be a big old reprint. Don't buy these Lorcana booster boxes at $2.50 a pop, because these are going to all show up in the big box stores on day one, and you'll be able to buy them right off the shelf at MSRP. Blah, blah, blah. I called it. That is a fallacy. Right? Let me explain. So I showed up on day 2, right? And the reason why is, a long time ago, I watched the news just like you. I'm not getting trampled to death for merch, right? I just not like, and legit in America, I skip Black Friday, right? And anything, that's the day when everything goes, on sale for Christmas. And honestly, it's dangerous. And for decades, I have not partaken in that, right? And so I will buy something if it's on the shelf at a reasonable effort to receive it, right? That is not the case with Disney Lorcana. So I just went to my Target, local Target, right? I looked around, could not find it, right? It's a big store. So then I went over and I talked to a gentleman who worked there. And I said, hey, I'm looking for Disney Lorcana. He goes, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me take you to the spot where they should be. They are not there because yesterday at 10 a.m. when we opened, we had 50 people who came in the door and bought every single piece of product. And it was a little alarming to watch them get the product, right? So scalpers arrived, scalpers bought, and it is gone, right? And I think that's going to be the case at every single big box. There was no big box release that was commercially available. There was a scalper release that got swept up in a flurry of danger, in my humble opinion, on day one all over the country, which is exactly what I expected it to be, right? And I do love product. I do love collectible card games, but I don't want to be part of a frenzy. I just don't think it's, I'm an evangelical Christian, and I had a strong desire to own this product, but I'm not shoving and pushing people out of the way to get a product. And that's exactly, he said, people, he said he has seen this before, right? With collectible products, right? Because he works at Target and they get collectible products every now and then. But he said it was the material was gone within minutes. It literally was off the shelf within minutes of the first pack of people arriving, right? Very unfortunate, right? So basically, there are 4 purposes for Disney Lorcana right now, in my humble opinion. People who want to play the game. It's fun. I play it. I have all 3 of the starter decks. I'm very blessed, right? And I have a random booster that came with each one of those. I have a little over 200 cards, so I'm able to play the game very well. I'm actually able to run my Dungeons & Dragons game, but not with all the characters I want. So I'm running a limited version. I'm just running with what I have, right? And that's, I wish I could get more cards. I really do, right? At a reasonable rate with reasonable effort. And that's just not the case, right? So you got people who want to play Disney Lorcana. You got dungeon masters like me who want to run Disney Lorcana with Dungeons & Dragons. You have scalpers who want to buy and resell. And boy, are they going to be able to do that. They swept up all that material. I think every single box, every sealed product that they bought yesterday will sit and be sold in November for double, triple, quadruple what they bought it for. And actually, if they got it at MSRP, maybe as high as 10 times what they bought it for, right? And then the last one is really unique and fresh and new, right? And that is, from what I've heard, you can go down to Disney World, Disneyland, and they are keeping boxes and boxes of their own product. And if you're a guest, there are rooms where you can go in, and they'll show you how to play. And if you're a particular type of guest, if you have specific passes, they might send you out of the room with the cards in hand, or they might give you the privilege of purchasing them without shoving aside some scalper, right? Purchasing in peace. That is a privilege now for this product, right? Pretty incredible. It is so I have been flummoxed in my desire to give more cards to my Illumineer players. Very unfortunate, very frustrating, but I cannot complain. I am running my campaign. It is progressing well, and I'm happy about that. And I'm just kind of hoping that these cards will reach a point where they are highly available, but I doubt it. I don't think these cards are going to be on the shelves for 3 years. I think everything that gets printed will blast off the shelves. Now, I do have an in, right? I have an FLGS, and they will take my pre-order for the next set, right? And I'm incredibly thankful that they got me all of the starter sets, and they got me one sealed Disney Lorcana box, which I already still have, which is sealed. And the reason why is if it goes to 10 times what I purchased it for, I'm going to sell it, right? So I could bust those out and play D&D with them right now, but there's a good chance those are going to be, those could be easily, in my humble opinion, I think they could go to $500, $750, $1,000. they go to 2,500 bucks before Christmas. So, and just being, and if I have that opportunity, because I knew this was going to happen, I probably will resell mine as well. So I do have a sealed box, and I'm excited about that. So every single word of that is my humble opinion. What are you doing? How are you interacting with Disney Lorcana right now? Are you running Dungeons and Dragons with Disney Lorcana? Are you running Disney Lorcana campaigns with Dungeons and Dragons? Are you going to the theme parks and getting packs there? Are you were you fortunate enough to pre-order and be able to get some? Are you a scalper? I'd love to hear your story. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.